Wondering how to look up your LinkedIn followers? And did you know that there actually might be some leads for you to follow up in there? Hey, this is Brenda Meller, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how it's actually right in plain sight. And once I show you how, you'll never be able to unsee this again. So let's get started. So we're starting here on your LinkedIn profile, and I'll just remind you wherever you're at on LinkedIn, let's say that you're in the home page, for example, you can navigate to your LinkedIn profile by clicking your name or photo in the left navigation. Alternatively, if you go under that Me icon in your top menu bar where it says Home, My Network, Jobs, Messaging, Notifications, Me, if you click under the Me icon, you can get to View Profile from there as well. And the third way is obviously if you know the direct link. Mine is linkedin.com/in/Brenda Meller. So you want to be on your profile. And what we're doing here is we're looking for the place to look up who are your profile followers. Now, you might see them in one of two places. If you have a larger following on LinkedIn, there's a good chance that you're going to see it at the top of your profile in your top header card, right now next to your number of connections. So here you'll see I have 69,534 followers and 500 plus connections. Now, hopefully you're aware of this, but this is actually clickable. It doesn't look like it until you hover over it, but you can actually click and then we can see who those people are that are following you. We're going to come back to that in just a second because I want to show you another area. If you're not seeing the follower count at the top, maybe you only see where it says the number of connections you have. And by the way, LinkedIn will show you this in the preview mode. It will show you up to 500. So once you get to 500, it will say 500 plus. If I only had 134 connections, it would say 134 connections. At any rate, you might only see that and not followers here. If that's the case, then you'll need to scroll down to your activity section. And in your activity section, right below the heading that says activity, you will see the number of followers. That number should be the exact same at the top. So either at the top of your profile or in the activity section is where you see this number. So however you get here, I want you to click on the number of followers that you have, keeping in mind that this is only something that you can see. So if someone were to be visiting my profile, they can't click to see who the people are that are following me using the same technique. This is only something you can access from your own profile view. So I've clicked on the number. I see that there are 69,534 people that are following me. Now, a quick distinction here. There's a difference between connections and followers. If someone invites you to connect, they automatically start following you. But someone can also follow you without inviting you to connect. And follow is essentially a one-way action. You don't have to request permission to follow people here on LinkedIn like we do on Instagram or some of the other networks. A follow will allow that person to start to see potentially your updates in the homepage feed. And I say potentially because LinkedIn is showing a mixture of things in the homepage feed. But it does increase the possibility that we'll start seeing them because we are wanting to follow them, right? Whereas a connection is a two-way action. One person will initiate the process by inviting you to connect, and the other person have to accept it. Once they've done so, both individuals will be following each other by default, unless you choose to unfollow, which is something that you can do. And you will also have the ability to direct message one another back and forth. You can see all of their information that they've chosen to make viewable in their contact info, and you're following them, meaning you should start seeing their posts in your homepage feed and vice versa. So once I've clicked on the number of followers, what I'm looking for in here is it's showing you two columns, following and followers. So followers are people that are following me, and following are the people that I'm following. I'm not going to look at that number for now because the focus of this video is on who is following you. So under followers, you're going to notice here that there are a list of individuals, and these are sorted by recency, meaning the most recent person to start following me is Rizwan, followed by Marie, followed by Kelly. Okay. Now you're going to notice off to the right-hand side, there'll be a button like a capsule looking button. And if it says follow, that means that you are not following them back yet because the action button here is to click to follow them. Okay. So if you see following, typically that means that you are connected with a person. And I'm just going to test this out. I'm going to open up in a new tab. I'm going to open up Lisa's profile here. And once I visit her profile, I'm going to see that she is a first level connection. Okay. So that just verifies the point that typically when you see following, it's that you're connected with the person already. So what I would recommend that you do with this information, because what's the point of this video, is I would pay attention to who is following you each week, because there might actually be lead opportunities in here. And what I like to do is give this a quick once over. You're going to notice that typically people in their LinkedIn headline will have their job title or their category, or even if they have like a statement like Marie has, I am on a mission to make social media stress-free. You can pick up some clues from that, which will help you to decipher, is this person an ideal target audience for you? Now, for me, I know who my ideal target audience is. I know their typical job titles. I know their typical types of headlines and things that they use. And I know the right people who I want to connect with. I also know the people that are looking to sell to me. And sometimes you can read this within the headline and know that it's really not going to be a mutual beneficial relationship. It looks like they're only connecting with you to sell to you, right? So I want you to look at your people that are following you, your followers rather, and I want you to think about who are the people that might be a good connection for you to do business with, and then considering inviting them to connect with you on LinkedIn. The final technique I'd like to show you today is how to and what to say to these people if you want to invite these people that are following you to connect with you. Now, in this case, I've been scanning through my follower list here, and I've identified someone that I think would be a good prospect for me. So what I like to do is just right-click on the individual's name. In this case, it's Ashton. Right-click on the name and click on Open Link in New Tab. I've already got this opened up in a new tab right now. And this individual's already following me. It's a fairly recent follow as well. So typically when we follow someone, in the back of our mind, I think we know that they are probably going to see that we're following them, right? So sometimes there's actions I like to take where in my messages, I'll address those actions that people are taking. Other times I won't. Like if someone's looked at my profile, they may not know that I can see that. So I don't like to call them out on it. But in this case, if they're following me, they might want me to be aware of the fact that they're following me. And maybe they don't know that there's a way to connect with me. So what I'm going to do in this instance is I'm going to click on the connect button on Ashton's profile. I'm going to click on add a note. Now I do have LinkedIn Premium Career. I recommend having Premium if you want to have the ability to add a note to every single invitation. I pay $40 a month. If I can get one client per month, it's more than paid for itself, right? So for me, it's a no-brainer on that commitment. So I'm going to click on add a note. And in this case, I'm going to type in, hi, Ashton. I always like to use the person's first name and do this manually. I don't use any automation with this. I do use a service called Text Expander, which allows me to save on some keystrokes. So the next thing I'm going to say to Ashton is something that I frequently type. So I'm just going to use my Text Expander and type in my quick code here. And that allows us to pre-populate. And in this case, the text will read, I was reviewing my LinkedIn profile. Actually, I was reviewing my profile followers today. And after reviewing your profile, I thought it might make sense for us to connect. Let's connect on LinkedIn, Brenda Meller. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to click on to send that invitation out to Ashton. Now, there's a good likelihood that she's going to see that I am now inviting her to connect based on her following me, and there's a good likelihood that she will accept that invitation. If you found this helpful, let me know in comments below, and then I will reply back, and I'll tell you what I do in my follow-up note with this individual as well. This is Brenda Meller helping you to get a bigger slice of the LinkedIn pie. If you want to keep on going, I'm going to encourage you to scan to download my free checklist of 15 LinkedIn profile tips for coaches and consultants. Thanks for watching and have a great day.